Ladies and gentlemen, if you have your attention in the lobby, please. Rink 1 is good to go. Once again, attention in the lobby. Rink 1 is good to go. You are welcome to, for the Bearcats Hockey Club and the Metro Jets Development Program, you're welcome to come back into the rink. And also, this is being broadcast live on Black Bear TV. We'll explain the situation that happened for you here in a little bit for those tuning in. But for here in the building, Rink 1 is good to go. You're welcome to come back in as we get ready for the next game. The Metro Jets Development Program, MJDP, who will face off against the Bearcats Hockey Club. That is coming up here in just a few minutes. So once again, just Rink 1 only. Rink 1 only. The primary Jets rink is good to go. You are welcome to come back in as we get set to go for the Metro Jets Development Program, MJDP, against the Bearcats Hockey Club. Rink 2, we will let you know as soon as we can. And for those tuning in on Black Bear TV, we welcome you back to Mount Clemens Ice Arena. We are located approximately 30 minutes northeast of Motown, Detroit, in Mount Clemens, Michigan. It's been an adventurous final day of the 2025 United States Premier Hockey League Detroit Showcase. Had a situation within the building that we had to take care of. That has been cleared now. So we are running a little bit behind, about an hour behind, but that's perfectly all right. We are getting set to go for our next to the last game here on the primary Jets rink, which will be in USPHL Premier Play. The Metro Jets Development Program, MJDP, will play the Bearcats Hockey Club here in just a few minutes. So once again, for those listening live in the lobby here at MCIA, we are good to go here on the primary Jets rink, Rink 1. And again, we welcome you to Mount Clemens Ice Arena. As we get set to go for the Metro Jets Development Program, MJDP, who will face off against the Bearcats Hockey Club. My name is Matt Preer, the voice of the Metro Jets Hockey Club. It is good to have you with us. It has been an adventurous day, to say the least, here at MCIA. The last game we played, which was about 45 minutes ago, a thriller in a shootout, the Metro Jets Elite defeating the Hershey Cubs Elite by a score of 4-3. And we're running a little bit behind on schedule. This game was supposed to start at 12:30. We had an injury during the Jets Elite game, followed by a situation here in the building. All that's been taken care of. And now we're going to continue to play a little bit more hockey. We're going to close out the 2025 USPHL Detroit Showcase with the Metro Jets Development Program, MJDP, and the Bearcats Hockey Club. Once again, my name is Matt Preer, the voice of the Metro Jets Hockey Club. Up high in the flight deck, Tyler Naiman will soon join us up here on the camera as both these teams playing their final game of the USPHL Detroit Showcase before going on the Thanksgiving break. The Metro Jets Development Program representing the USPHL Premier Midwest Division. This weekend, their record not what they want it to be as one of the tri-hosts of the showcase. It started off well enough, a 2-1 overtime victory over the Cincinnati Cyclones, followed by 2 consecutive losses. The Columbus Mavericks on the 22nd by 3-0. And then earlier this morning, MJDP fell to the Red River Spartans by a score of 4-2. With the delays, this actually gave MJDP an extra hour of rest because otherwise it would have been a very short turnaround for MJDP. But due to the injury in the previous game, due to the situation here in the building, MJDP got an extra hour of rest to be able to play their second game of the day. They are 1-2 this weekend here at the USPHL Detroit Showcase. Record of 10 wins, 9 losses, 1 overtime loss, 21 points in the season. They've lost their last 2. They're 7-2-1 in their last 10 games. 15 points back of the Fort Wayne Spacemen with 2 games in hand, one of those being taken care of here this evening. The Bearcats Hockey Club. This is their 4th and final game of the weekend. They started off with an 8-1 loss to the Red River Spartans on the 22nd. Yesterday was their doubleheader day. A 5-3 upset victory over the Chicago Crush, followed by a 5-4 loss at the hands of the Chicago T-Rex. So like MJDP, they are 1-2 here at the USPHL Detroit Showcase. They sit 8th in the Great Lakes Division, 2 wins, 20 losses, 2 overtime losses for 6 points. They're 1-1 their last 10 games. Leading the way for MJDP is the 19-year-old from Petoskey, Michigan, the 97 Noah Baderka. So far 11 goals, 8 assists, 19 points in the season. He had both of the MJDP's goals earlier this morning in their 4-2 loss to the Red River Spartans. Highest scorer amongst defensemen on the roster is the 17-year-old from Wheeling, Illinois, the 93 of Daniel Luska. Luska so far 2 goals, 11 assists, 13 points on the season. Answering the calling goal this afternoon for the Metro Jets Development Program is the 16-year-old from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. It is Arno Parody. Parody so far 3 wins, 3 losses, 1 overtime loss. A .374 goals against average, an .892 save percentage. Parody is making his first appearance of the USPHL Detroit Showcase. His last game was back on November 14th at Summit Ice Center in Lockport, Illinois, as he recorded 22 saves on 24 shots in MJDP's 4-2 victory over the Chicago T-Rex. So it is 16-year-old Arno Parody in goal for the Metro Jets Development Program, who are taking on the Bearcats Hockey Club, representing the USPHL Premier Great Lakes Division. Play their home games at the Cornerstone Arena in Lockport, New York, 40 minutes northeast of Buffalo. And leading the way for the Bearcats, the 19-year-old from Buffalo, New York, the 91 of Derek Johnson. Johnson, 18 goals, 13 assists, 31 points on the season. Highest score amongst defensemen on the roster is the 20-year-old also from Buffalo, New York, the 15 of David King. King so far, 3 goals, 5 assists, 8 points on the season. Answering the calling goal this afternoon for the Bearcats Hockey Club, it is the 19-year-old from St. Albans, Vermont, the 31 of Deegan Rathburn. Rathburn, 1 win to his credit so far as he made his USPHL Premier debut this past Saturday night against the Red River Spartans, coming in relief of starting goaltender Logan Robitaille. Earned the start against the Chicago Crush and picked up the victory against the Crush yesterday as he stopped an impressive 58 saves on 61 shots for Rathburn yesterday in that 5-3 victory by the Bearcats over the Crush. So it's Deegan Rathburn, the 19-year-old from St. Albans, Vermont, in goal for the Bearcats Hockey Club. As for the rest of the starting lineup, on defense, the 18-year-old from Val, Colorado, the 7 of Jacob Johnson. Alongside him, the 19-year-old from Mill Creek, Washington, the 53 of Elias Olson. Starting at center, the 19-year-old from Ithaca, Michigan, the 13 of Callum Krause. On his left wing, the 17-year-old from Macomb, Michigan, the 88 of Cooper Moses. And on the right wing, the 19-year-old from Las Vegas, Nevada, the 42, Caleb Bauer. General manager, head coach of the Bearcats Hockey Club is Carter Bernards, his first season behind the bench. For MJDP, in goal, the 16-year-old from Montreal, Quebec, Canada, the 70 of Arno Parody. On defense, the 19-year-old from Coral Springs, Florida, the 6 of Donald Pratt. And alongside him, the 17-year-old from Wheeling, Illinois, the 93 of Daniel Luska. Starting at center, the 20-year-old from Lake Orion, Michigan, the 17 of Landon Graham. On the left wing, the 19-year-old from Montgomery Village, Maryland, the 49 of Ryan Jacobson. And on the right wing, the 20-year-old from Kalamazoo, Michigan, the 13 of Jarrett LeGros. Head coach of the Metro Jets Development Program is Jake Howie, his 3rd season behind the bench for MJDP. The Metro Jets Development Program, MJDP, representing the USPHL Premier Midwest Division, play their home games right here at Mount Clemens Ice Arena in Mount Clemens, Michigan. We are located 30 minutes northeast of Motown, Detroit. Here in Mount Clemens, Michigan, They are the designated home team for this game, wearing the blue uniforms, white and red trim. They're skating right to left on your television screen. While the Bearcats Hockey Club, who play their home games at the Cornerstone Arena in Lockport, New York, about 40 minutes northeast of Buffalo, representing the USPHL Premier Great Lakes Division. They are the designated home team, road team for this game, wearing the white uniforms, green shoulders, gray and black trim. They are skating left to right on your Black Bear TV dials. We get set to go. And Matt Naiman on the camera today, he knows what this means in full voice maintenance mode at this point. Game number 14 for yours truly this weekend. The industrial throat spray in full effect today. Next to the last game of the weekend, and we're underway here at Mount Clemens Ice Arena. A little bit late on the start of this one due to an injury in the last game and then a situation here in the building. But we are underway nevertheless as Deegan Rathburn makes a save. Just underway the first period. I probably should have sprayed that a little earlier. Woo! Picked up by Daniel Luska with a shot. Goes wide on Rathburn. Cleared there by the 15 of David King. Pressured by Ryan Jacobson. Now Landon Graham grabs it. Graham back over to Jacobson. Comes back to Landon Graham. His little brother Braden Graham was your Troy Oral Surgery co-player of the game in that last game. Picking up the hat trick in the Metro Jets Elite 4-3 shootout victory over the Hershey Cubs Elite. As Donald Pratt picks up the puck, pressured there by the 13 of Callum Krause, and here comes Pratt. The former Palm Beach Typhoon bringing it in himself. He'll fire up high and into the glass and out of play as a lucky fan from Ithaca, New York picks up a souvenir puck. How about that? And he's going to give it back. How about it? It has a Jets logo on it. That's what it is. Face off, won by the Bearcats. Jacob Jacobson feeds it up to the 29 of Frankie Cardarella. Cardarella now to Derek Johnson. Johnson with the puck. It's the Bearcats' final game of the weekend, while MJDP, this is their second game of the day. Second game in just under 3 hours for MJDP. Picked up there by Cardarella. Stolen by Noah Bederka. That's both goals today. Backhanded, he scores! Noah Bederka continues his strong USPHL Detroit Showcase weekend as Bederka, the 19-year-old from Petoskey, Michigan, his 12th goal of the season. And MJDP strikes first. They lead 1-0. Face off as Liam Smith had a stick knocked out of his hand, and a penalty's coming to the Bearcats. So penalty coming. That'll put the MJDP on the power play for the first time. And they're pretty decent, 19.4%. Scored 13 power play goals and 67 opportunities with the man advantage. While the Bearcats Hockey Club on the penalty kill for the first time. They got some work to do, 63%. One of only 3 teams left in the entire USPHL Premier to have not scored a shorthanded goal this season. So the penalty. And they score! Paulie Shashushinas from the point has just scored to make it 2-0. A short power play, just 29 seconds. And Paulie Shizushinas, the 18-year-old from Vilnius, Lithuania, has made it 2-0 for MJDP with his third goal of the season. It is 2-0. And just like that, 2-0 score for MJDP. David King, a 2-minute minor for cross-checking. We'll get you caught up on everything here. Check that 2 minutes for slashing at the 149 mark. Both goals coming 38 seconds apart. Noah Baderka, his 12th of the season, unassisted at 140. And then Paulie Shizushinas on the power play, his third of the season from John Legibokov at 218, has given MJDP a 2-0 lead. Daniel Luska picks it up. So Noah Baderka and Paulie Shizushinas with the goals, giving MJDP a quick 2-0 lead. As MJDP, McLean with a shot, save made. And the puck comes right back around for Frankie Cardarella. Cardarella now will bring it out. MJDP a quick 2-0 lead. On goals by Noah Baderka and then Paulie Shizushinas on the power play as Arno Party makes a save with 13:15 to go here in the first period. Face off to the right, a goaltender Arno Party, his glove side. The 16-year-old goaltender from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Ty Cornett couldn't keep the puck in, knocked off the puck by Jarrett Legros. And puck comes back to Mario Boscovich. Boscovich will send it in. And Cornett will go back after it. Kept in by Donald Pratt. Knocked away, and here goes Derek Johnson. 2-on-1 if they hurry. Johnson. A nice defensive play by Mario Boscovich. Cardarella had it knocked away, and here comes Ryan Jacobson the other way. Jacobson now will bring the puck in. With a shot there, saved by Rathburn. Landon Graham grabs it for Boscovich. Boscovich sends it back into the corner for Landon Graham. Lets it go for Ryan Jacobson. David King is there. And gives it up to Frankie Cardarella. Cardarella brings it in. He's got Dunn to his right elbow. They switch positions. Cardarella behind the net. Finds the 7 of Jacob Johnson with a shot blocked. And now Jarrett Legros off to the races. But Elias Olsen will get there first. 12:05 to go here in the first period. MJDP to a 2-0 lead. On goals by Noah Baderka and Paulie Shizushinas. Picked up there by Jacob Johnson. The 18-year-old from Vail, Colorado. Lucas Benavidez will grab it over for Daniel Luska. Luska now to Gamelin. Knocked to the ice by Caleb Bauer. Bearcats starting to throw the body around just a little bit. Picked up by Johnson. Johnson sends it down all the way down in the MJDP zone. And icing the call, 11:32 to go here in the first period. Shots already 6-1 in favor of MJDP. 2 goals right away, coming 38 seconds apart. Caleb Bauer will grab it, the 19-year-old Las Vegas native. Played with the Henderson Force last year over in the USPHL Pacific Division on the premier side. Oh, Arno Party went diving for the puck. Had it knocked away. And here comes Noah Baderka. Baderka knocked on the puck there by Ty Cornett. Benavidez knocks him off the puck. And here comes the 13 of Callum Krause. Krause now, the 88 of Cooper Moses. if you want to go through the lineage of this game, diving a little deeper, this is technically MJDP against the Motor City Gamblers, old Midwest Division rivals. This franchise bought and moved to Lockport, New York. It is the former Motor City Gamblers franchise, at least on the Premier side. So in a sort of roundabout way, this is a renewal, if you will. As Thomas LeBlanc with the puck. Thank you, Cameron Cyrus. Was nice enough to give me a MetroJet smoothie from Chop Detroit Concessions here at MCIA. I've gone through more than one of those this weekend. Thanks to Luca Pivets got me one yesterday. Or did you give me a coffee yesterday? Oh, it was a smoothie? In full voice maintenance mode now. Picked up by LeBlanc. Trying to feed it over to Lejabokov, and Lejabokov couldn't keep it in. Picked up there by Cameron Schaefer. 2-0 score. Schaefer to Kobayashi. Kobayashi had it knocked away. Comes back to Schaefer, now to Thomas LeBlanc. LeBlanc now brings it in, had it taken away there by the 29 of Frankie Cardarella. Lejabokov grabs the pass, and Lejabokov around Cardarella. Jacob Johnson is there, takes it away, feeds it across over to David King. King now to the 16 of Nathan Dunn. Dunn will bring it in and dumps it wide of Arno Parody. Yazusianis over to Liam Smith. Ben McLean helps out his teammate. Back to Smith. Smith in front of Aiden Rabone, who was knocked out of the puck there by Nathan Dunn. Comes back to Cardarella, knocked out of the puck by Yazusianis. And Liam Smith comes back the other way. Here comes Smith. Smith threw everybody, couldn't get the shot off, and was crashed into the net, and a penalty coming. It's on the Bearcats. 2-minute monitor for holding. On the 15 of David King will put MJDP back in the power play. They're 1 for 1. Second goal of the game came on the power play, courtesy of Paulius Yazusianis. Paulius Yazusianis made it 2-0, and he's back in the power play. Ben McLean, and he'll get it. Yazusianis over to Mario Boscovich. Sends it across, deflected, and save made by Rathburn. Picked up by Ben McLean with a shot, save, rebound. Another save made by Rathburn, and he'll hang on with 8:19 to go. And now a little bit of pushing and shoving, a little bit of a mini brouhaha in front of goaltender Deegan Rathburn. If Cameron Cyrus is out there, he went down and challenged the goalie. Thank you again for the smoothie. Face off to the right of goaltender Deegan Rathburn. $8:19 to go here in the first period. For those of you just joining us, a little bit of a late start to this game. A couple of different situations here at Mount Clemens Ice Arena. But we're glad you're with us as we continue to wrap up day number 4, the final day of the 2025 USPHL Detroit Showcase from Mount Clemens Ice Arena here in Mount Clemens, Michigan. Aiden Rabone around Blake Brackett. Puck comes across, picked up by Ben McLean. McLean now to Luska, and a penalty. It's on Aiden Rabone. Rabone will head off. 2-minute minor for unsportsmanlike conduct. So that'll negate the second MJDP power play. We'll skate 4-on-4 for the next minute 13. So face off back in the MJDP zone. We'll skate 4-on-4 as Party makes the save. Didn't know the puck was. Alex Fournier bails out his goaltender. And here comes Fournier. Alex Fournier almost made it all the way coast to coast. Knocked away by Ty Cornett. Landon Graham now to Daniel Luska. Luska back to Graham. Graham steps up, fires. Just misses short side. Jacobson with a shot goes to the goal mouth. Picked up by Derek Johnson. Johnson knocked away by Daniel Luska. Luska brings it in. Wide open. Jacobson with a shot save. Rebound. Another save made by Rathburn, and he'll hang on. With 7:08 to go here in the first period. Well, you would think it was the Bearcats that played earlier this morning, but it's MJDP coming out firing on all cylinders. Lead 2-0, out shooting the Bearcats 9-2. And there's still 7:05 to go here in the first period. Jarrett LeGros with the puck. Over to Thomas LeBlanc. LeBlanc was looking for Yezushin, trying to feed it off the backside of Deegan Rathburn. Cameron Schaefer fires a save made. Thomas LeBlanc right there at the doorstep. Schaefer able to keep it in. And now the Bearcats will go on a brief 45-second power play. The Bearcats, they got work to do. 10.8% in the power play. Have scored 8 power play goals and 74 opportunities of man advantage. While MJDP, 82% of the penalty kill, have scored 1 shorthanded goal this season. With 20 seconds left, the Bearcats power play who trail 2-0 to MJDP. And here comes Derek Johnson, leading scorer for the Bearcats. Trying to stick his way through. Yezushin knocks him to the ice. Picked up by Noah Baderka, who sends it all the way down. And just like that, MJDP back to full strength. Ty Cornett with the puck. Almost knocked away and stolen by Benavidez. So looking for Gamelin, who couldn't pull the trigger. Nice pickpocket by Lucas Benavidez. As Frankie Cardarella had it knocked away. Picked up there by the 24, Brandon Lindsay. Lindsay brings it in. Trying to get around Mario Boscovich. Send it out just wide on the 16 of Nathan Dunn. Cardarella with the puck. Sends it across to Ty Cornett. Cornett winds up, fires, saved by Arnold Party, and he hangs on. And let's meet goaltender Arnaud Pardy. The 16-year-old from Montreal, Quebec, Canada, played for the Lycée Académie M18 program in his native province of Quebec. 11 games played, .255 goals against average, a .900 save percentage, along with 1 shutout for their M18 program. Previous to that was with their M15 squad. He is only 3 years removed from playing U14 hockey. That is MJDP goaltender Arnold Pardy. Cooper Langley, the backup today for Pardy. As Cameron Cyrus put in 2 games of work this weekend. Lejabokov let it go. Was looking for Liam Smith. As Bauer sends it in. Picked up by John Lejabokov. For Liam Smith. Knocked away there by Thomas LeBlanc. LeBlanc sends it in. Chris Kobayashi goes after it. Ty Cornett seen a lot of ice time already today. Kobayashi picks his pocket. Picked up by Kobayashi. To Boscovich. Send it back over in the corner for Kobayashi. Too far for Luska, who has to go back into the neutral zone. Kobayashi brings it right back in. Played there by Rathburn. Cornett wraps it around the boards. Big hit there by Rabone on Cornett. Kept in by Blake Brackett. Brackett eludes the check from Bauer. Eludes the check from Cornett. Picked up by Brackett. Knocked away. And Brackett gets it back. For Rabone with a shot. Save made. Kobayashi grabs a rebound. Trying to feed it up to Luska. Luska gets it away from Moses with a shot into the glove of Deegan Rathburn, who hangs on. Now let's meet Deegan Rathburn, the 19-year-old goaltender from St. Albans, Vermont. Playing just his third game as a Bearcat, coming from the New Hampshire Avalanche in the EHL, 27 games played at .274 goals against average, .926 percentage, 2 shutouts for the former St. Albans Bellows Free Bob White in the Vermont high school hockey ranks. What is a Bob White? That's what I want to know. Been trying to find that out all weekend. If someone could let us know, that would be helpful. I really want to know what a Bob White is. .305 to go here in the first period. Saved by Pardy, who hangs on. Many interested observers up here in the flight deck. Several members of the Metro Jets who will wrap up the 2025 USPHL Detroit Showcase. A game with the Chicago Crush was scheduled for a 2:30 start. It's going to be a little later than that. A bobwhite is a species of ground-dwelling quail named for the distinctive whistling call of the male, which sounds like a bobwhite. So in other words, it's the bird. Very good. Must be native to the state of Vermont. Ever been to Vermont, Matt? Beautiful countryside. Joe Kreitis with a shot. Pardy makes a save. Here comes MJDP back the other way. Ryan Jacobson had it knocked away there by the 16 of Nathan Dunn. Comes back to Yazuzianis. Jarrett LeGros from Fournier. Shot saved by Rathburn. Comes back to Fournier. Alex Fournier steps up, fires, bouncing puck, knocked away by Rathburn. As Graham battles there with, try to get over to Jacobson. Almost kept in by Fournier. As Graham and Kreitis, little trading of slashes, if you will. Picked up there by Olsen. Elias Olsen sends it in. Bouncing puck on Parody. Leaves it there for Mario Boscovich. Yazuzianis had it and kicks it over to Badurka. Noah Badurka for Clovis Gamelin. Gamelin sidesteps, well, tried to sidestep Ty Cornett as Benavidez, as Schaefer had it knocked away by now Derek Johnson with the puck. Johnson grabs it. Shot there, saved by Pardy, and he'll hang on with a minute 16 to go here in the first period. Update next door, they are playing over on Ring 2 now. 1-1 tie, Chicago Crush, Rocky Mountain Moose. USPHL Elite play. 11:25 to go in the third period, and what is the final USPHL Elite game of the Detroit Showcase. We had us a thriller in the last game here. 1 minute remaining in the first period of this one. Schaefer knocks it away from Cardarella. Now Clovis Gamelin will go after it. Picked up by Cardarella. Frankie Cardarella. Played his first game as a Bearcat right here at Mount Clemens Ice Arena back on November 1st. And on the delayed offside. Allows MJDP to bring it out. Picked up by Benavidez. Lucas Benavidez. Chris Kobayashi. Kobayashi. Back to Boscovich at the point. Boscovich towards the net. Deflected by Benavidez up into the glass. Puck goes back around to Dunn. Nathan Dunn, the former Niagara Wheatfield Falcon. Frank Cardarella with a shot blocked by Kobayashi. Here comes LeBlanc the other way. LeBlanc with a shot saved by Rathburn. as a horn sounds to end the first period. Shots on goal in the first period. Bearcats with 7, while MJDP with 15. 2 goals, both by MJDP in the first 2 minutes and 18 seconds. Noah Baderka, his 12th goal of the season, unassisted, came at 1:40 of the first period to give MJDP the 1-0 lead. Then on the power play, Paulius Yazuzianis, his 3rd goal of the season, came on the power play from John Legibokov at 2:18, and that's where we're at, 2-0. As we've mentioned all weekend long, USPHL Detroit Showcase format a little bit different than a standard regular season game, though it does count in the regular season standings. Instead of the regular 20 minutes of play for each of the 3 periods, it is 17-minute periods. Normally, we resurface the ice at the end of each period. That is not the case here, as we're in the midst of a minute break, which is just about to end. When this is over, we'll go back to 8 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the first half of the second period. Once that half is complete, then we'll resurface the ice, then come back, play the second half, and then wrap it up with the third period. And that's generally how it works here at the USPHL Detroit Showcase. Some showcase formats a little bit different. Some showcases you'll see 2 25-minute halves, but that is not the case here for the Detroit Showcase. It is 3 17-minute periods with a break at the halfway point of the second period. The Metro Jets Development Program, MJDP, representing the USPHL Premier Midwest Division. Based right here in Mount Clemens, Michigan. They are the designated home team for this game, wearing the blue uniforms, white and red trim. They're skating left to right on your television screen. While the Bearcats Hockey Club, representing the USPHL Premier Great Lakes Division, they call Lockport, New York home. They are the designated road team for this game, wearing the white uniforms, black shoulders and green shoulders and black trim. And they are skating right to left on your Black Bear TV dial. Bearcats have a tendency to be a tad physical. A little extracurricular pushing and shoving at the end of that play. Jacobson wins the draw. Luska with a shot. Steered away by Rathburn. Picked up by Olsen. Pratt keeps it in. Nice play by Pratt to elude Cooper Moses. That allows Blake Brackett an opportunity. Brackett had it knocked away. LeGros to Jacobson to Pratt. Pratt, quick pass to Daniel Luska. Luska with a shot. Goes wide. Pratt goes back after it. Nice sidestep by Pratt. Backhanded across, looking for Brackett. Couldn't get a shot off. Puck picked off. Now Cooper Moses on a break. Donald Pratt knocks him to the ice. Nice defensive play by Donald Pratt to negate the Cooper Moses breakaway. Caught right up to him. And Parody covers it up. So a little pushing and shoving. Again. In front of goaltender Arno Parody. As Blake Brackett and Callum Krause discussing where to go for lunch afterwards, and Brackett is telling him, Callum, you need to go to the Golden Greek after the game. Great chicken noodle soup, lunch specials today, I believe. A grilled ham and cheese sandwich is special today at Golden Greek, so you should get that. You know. We love our Golden Greek here at Mount Clemens Ice Arena, located right across the street. Galen won that draw. Baderka to Fournier. Back to Baderka. Intended for Benavidez, who picked the pocket of Derek Johnson. Now into Baderka for Gamelin. Lost it in the skates. Picked up there by Dunn. Knocked away by Alex Fournier. And it comes back over to Brandon Lindsay. Lindsay now to the 16 of Nathan Dunn, who sends it just wide of Parody. Alex Fournier grabs it. You would think older brother Enric would be up here watching his younger brother, but Enric's getting ready for the game. I get it. Yazuzianis with a shot there off the side. As Cardarella fed it over to Olsen, almost pickpocketed there by Clovis Gamelin. Gamelin gets it back anyways. Gamelin trying to feed it to Benavidez, who does grab it now for Alex Fournier. Sends it over to the corner. Noah Baderka grabs it. Noah Baderka, 2 goals this morning against the Red River Spartans. He scored the first one in this one today. He's had himself a weekend here at the USPHL Detroit Showcase. Shot there by Fournier. He scores! May have been a deflection by Clovis Gamelin. Either way, someone from Quebec scored. It was Clovis Gamelin. 3-0. As Clovis Gamelin, the 18-year-old from Saint-Amand, Digratham, Quebec, Canada, his 9th goal of the season. And MJDP up by a field goal. They lead 3-0. And that is Gamelin's first goal of the USPHL Detroit Showcase. We were talking about Noah Baderka before Gamelin scored. Gamelin this weekend has 4 goals to take over the lead, the team lead in points. Here comes LeBlanc with a shot, and he scores! Well, you gotta be from Quebec to score in the second period in this game. Thomas LeBlanc, the 17-year-old from St. Hyacinthe, Quebec, Canada, makes it 4-0 with his second goal of the season. It is 4-0. So apparently that is the prerequisite to score in the second period. You must be from Quebec. 2 goals, 2 quick ones. Clovis Gamelin, Thomas LeBlanc makes it 4-0. 2 goals, 43 seconds apart. We'll get you caught up on them here in a second. Luska, pressured there by Cooper Moses. He'll send it in. Rathburn leads it there for Ty Cornett. Bearcats looking a bit discombobulated at the moment, trailing 4-0. Ledger-Bokov now over to Luska. Again, you wouldn't think it was MJDP that played earlier this morning, as MJDP looking fresh and ready with this, considering this is their 4th game of the weekend, 2nd in just 6 hours, as Caleb Bauer lost the wheel. Clovis Gamelin is 9th of the season from Noah Baderka and Alex Fournier at 2:27, made it 3-0. Then Thomas LeBlanc from Liam Smith and Mario Boscovich at 3:08 of the second period has given MJDP a 4-0 lead. 4:10 to go here in the first half of the second period. Daniel Luska sends it across, Brackett with a shot, save made by Rathburn. Pickpocketed there by Thomas LeBlanc, as LeGros trying to dig it out. LeBlanc does, lost in his skate, carries it back up with a little bit of help from Jared LeGros. LeBlanc, little sidestep, was knocked away, and a penalty coming. And it's on David King. And now put MJDP right back on the power play. 2-minute minor for slashing. MJDP 1 for 2, the extra man. Face off deep in the Bearcat zone. MJDP back in the power play once again. Off the post there on the shot. As Nathan Dunn had an opportunity shorthanded, went off the post. 3:24 to go here in the first half of the second period. Face off to the left of Arno Parody. Paul Yazuzianis over to Jarrett LeGros. LeGros with a shot. Was knocked away. Picked up by LeGros. For Thomas LeBlanc behind the net. Feeds it up to Yazuzianis. Yazuzianis with a shot. Goes just wide. Picked up by LeGros. LeGros on the rebound. Back to Yazuzianis. Paulius Yazuzianis. Over to Jarrett LeGros. LeGros with a shot. And he scores! Jarrett LeGros picks up the power play goal. The MJDP now 2 for 3 with the extra man. Has LeGros, the 20-year-old from Kalamazoo, Michigan. His 3rd goal of the season. And MJDP off to the races. They lead 5-0. And that's going to be it for Deegan Rathburn. As Logan Robitaille now in goal. Replacing starter Deegan Rathburn, who has allowed 5 goals on 23 shots. So Logan Robitaille now in goal, the 18-year-old from Cincinnati, Ohio. After Rathburn was pulled. So Jarrett LeGros with the goal. His 3rd of the season from Ryan Jacobson and Paulius Yazuzianis at the 5:43 mark as MJDP leads 5-0. Gamelin knocks it away from Derek Johnson as Brandon Lindsay sends it in. Parody will play it there for Donald Pratt. 1:50 to go. Here in the first half of the second period, it's been all MJDP. 5-0 to score. As they send it in. Picked up by Jacob Johnson, pressure by Chris Kobayashi. Johnson looking to pass it to Lindsay, was knocked away by Kobayashi. And Liam Smith grabs it for Cameron Schaefer. Schaefer sends it back into the corner. Thomas LeBlanc is there. LeBlanc for Kobayashi. Sends it to the point for Daniel Luska. Hops over his stick. Picked up by Arno Parody. For Cameron Schaefer. Had it knocked off his stick. Frank Cardarella knocked off the puck. And here comes Thomas LeBlanc. Less than a minute remaining here in the first half of the second period. Liam Smith lost the wheel, but did get it into the Bearcat zone. Stolen by Kobayashi. Couldn't get the shot off. Now the puck is loose. Cameron Schaefer keeps it in. Deflected by Kobayashi. Save made by Robitaille. Smith now back over to Luska. Luska to Cameron Schaefer. Schaefer with a shot. Deflected. Wide of the net. Still 25 seconds left. Right out in front. Here comes Cardarella. Shot there goes wide and now picked up by Thomas LeBlanc. He's got McLean to his right elbow. Nice play allowed by LeBlanc. McLean takes it away from Cornette. Over to Daniel Luska. And Luska, as the horn sounds, to end the first half of the second period. Shots on goal in that first half. The Bearcats with 1 for a first half total of 8. Well, MJDP was 7 for a first half total of 23. It's been all MJDP in this one so far. 2 power play goals of their 5 as MJDP leads 5-0 at the end of the first half. We'll take a short break, about 7.5 minutes or so. Come back for a second half of this one. You're watching the 4th and final day of the 2025 USPHL Detroit Showcase, live exclusively on Black Bear TV. And welcome back to Mount Clemens Ice Arena. We're located approximately 30 minutes northeast of Motown, Detroit, in Mount Clemens, Michigan. The next to the last game of the 2025 USPHL Detroit Showcase here at MCIA, hosted by the Metro Jets Hockey Club. This matchup in USPHL Premier Play, the score at the end of the first half, the Metro Jets Development Program, MJDP 5, the Bearcats Hockey Club 0. My name is Matt Preer, the voice of the Metro Jets Hockey Club up high in the flight deck. Tyler Naiman manned the controls as he has for most of the weekend on the camera. And at the conclusion of this game, we'll hear from Mount Clemens Figure Skating Club on-ice reporter Sarah Vassar, who will interview the Troy Oral Surgery Player of the Game as we get set to go for the second period. MJDP, based right here in Mount Clemens, Michigan, one of the tri-hosts of the 2025 USPHL Detroit Showcase. They are the designated home team, wearing the blue uniforms, white and red trim. They're skating left to right on your television screen, while the Bearcats Hockey Club, based out of Lockport, New York, representing the USPHL Premier Great Lakes Division. They are the designated home team for this game. Road team, excuse me, wearing the white uniforms, green shoulders, gray and black trim. They are skating left to right and drew another penalty. Cross-checking minor to the 13 of Callum Krause. Puts MJDP back in the power play. They're 2 for 3 today with a man advantage, as MJDP taking full advantage of the extra man on the ice, with 2 of the 5 goals coming on the power play, one by Paulius Juzianis, and a second power play goal by Jarrett LeGros. And here comes Daniel Luska. Leading scorer amongst defensemen for MJDP. Shot there, saved by Robitaille. Rebound comes out. Thomas LeBlanc was right there. Now to Alex Fournier. Fournier now to Daniel Luska. Cross ice pass looking for Chris Kobayashi. Kobayashi now to LeBlanc. Knocked away from him by Brandon Lindsay. But Fournier keeps it in. Misfired. Back to LeBlanc. Back to Fournier. Fournier now spins. Looking for somewhere to go. Decides to take it himself all the way in. And he's shot save. Rebound comes out. Puck is loose and dumped down into the MJDP zone. So 1:05 to go here in the power play. Blake Brackett comes back with it. Brackett with a shot blocked by Lindsay. Oh, he's going to pay for that one. He is slow to get up. Took that right off the right skate as a 42 of Caleb Bauer knocked off the puck. Picked up by Paul Juzianis. Juzianis sends it up to Blake Brackett. Brackett brings it in. McLean heading towards the net. Brackett with a shot into the glove of Logan Robitaille, who hangs on with 6:34 to go here in the second period. You would think that was the Bearcats who played earlier this morning, but MJDP showing no signs of slowing down at the moment. Picked up by Schaefer. Schaefer to Juzianis with a shot, deflected up high. McLean grabs it. Blake Brackett back to Juzianis. Kankila lost his stick, so it's 5-on-3.5 for the most part. Brackett back to Juzianis with a shot, deflected up in the netting and out of play with 6:09 to go here in the second period. And next door, in overtime, the Chicago Crush Elite has defeated the Rocky Mountain Moose 2-1. Nico Dugan, the game winner, to end USPHL Elite play here at the USPHL Detroit Showcase. One more game to go over on Rink 2. It's the Red River Spartans and the Fresh Coast Freeze. Both teams 3-0. As Brackett had it knocked off his stick. So Fresh Coast Freeze, Red River Spartans set to go here in about 12 minutes to wrap up things on ring 2. 2-on-1 for the Bearcats. Johnson hopped over the stick and done. Puck fired back around. Ben McLean for Cameron Schaefer. Now to Aiden Rabone. Too far for him. As David King grabs it and throws it into the corner. Cameron Schaefer will go get it, but it's icing with 5:17 to go. So USPHL Elite action is now over here at the USPHL Detroit Showcase. This game, as well as the Fresh Coast Red River game on rink 2, and then the final game of the showcase, right back here in the primary rink, it'll be the Chicago Crush Metro Jets USPHL Premier Play. We'll close out the 2025 USPHL Detroit Showcase. It has been an adventurous day here at MCIA. A little bit of everything going on today. Had a couple situations that put us a little bit behind. Well, we're going to close it out for you. As Derek Johnson now on the puck. Trying to get around John Lejabokov. Now Mario Boscovich pushes him to the outside. Johnson wrapping around. Shots! Save made by Parody. Went right in the skates of Noah Baderka. And Baderka kicks it in as Joe Kreitis lost the wheel. Baderka goes back after it. He opened the scoring in this game for MJDP. Benavidez to Luska. Luska sidesteps his man. Soft pass to Lucas Benavidez. Benavidez now. The game went back to Benavidez with a backhand shot. Save. Rebound comes out. Puck is loose and knocked away. Picked up by Marcus Reynolds. Not out. Kept in by Luska. And caught up by Ty Cornett. Cornett now with the puck. Cornett going to try and take it coast to coast. Backhand shot goes over the net. Frustrated Derek Johnson heads to the bench as Noah Baderka sends it in. Blocked there by Kinkila. Long stretch pass taken over by Daniel Luska. Luska now to Alex Fournier. Older brother Enric will play in the final game of the USPHL Detroit Showcase for the Metro Jets. LeGros couldn't get the shot off. Picked up by Ryan Jacobson. Jacobson now to Daniel Luska. Luska now back over to Fournier with a drive. Save made by Logan Robitaille, who hangs on. Robitaille getting into the game in relief of starting goaltender Deegan Rathburn. Who was pulled after the 5th goal. Jarrett LeGros scored that one on the power play, the 5:43 mark. And that spelled the end of the day for Rathburn. Robitaille's been in ever since. Picked up by LeGros. Yuzianis with a shot. Save made by Robitaille. Pratt to Jacobson. Jacobson to Yuzianis. Paulius Yuzianis with a shot deflected up in the rafters and out of play. 2:44 to go here in the second period. Face off to the right of goaltender Logan Robitaille. Frank Cardarella, pressure by Thomas LeBlanc. Cameron Schaefer keeps it in, deflected by Kobayashi just wide. Nathan Dunn got in the neutral zone. Schaefer fires it right back in. Kobayashi goes back after it. Pokes it over for Liam Smith. Kobayashi dumped to the boards and a penalty coming. Liam Smith with a puck. Free play for MJDP. Parody heads to the bench. Extra attacker on the ice. Free play for MJDP. Schaefer sends it right to Dunn, and a penalty coming. Elias Olson will head off. And Trevor Evans going to discuss this with linesman Brandon Batens. 2-minute minor check from behind, so Olson perhaps caught a break. As referee Trevor Evans perhaps thinking about more than 2. Nevertheless, that will put MJDP back on the power play again. They are 2 for 4 today. Two-minute minor for checking from behind on Elias Olson at 14:56. So for the pretty much the rest of this second period, MJDP on the power play. They're 2 for 4 today. John Lejabokov had it knocked away by the 42 of Caleb Bauer. Bauer had it taken away by Mario Boscovich. And Lejabokov will grab it. Feeds it up to Aiden Rabone. Rabone will bring it in. Rabone will sidestep and got the shot off. And Robitaille makes the save. Logan Robitaille, the 18-year-old from Cincinnati, Ohio, played last year with the Brooklyn Aviators, USPHL Premier. Previous to that, for the Potomac Patriots, U18 AAA program in the Hockey Federation. For the former South Fayette Lion, Pennsylvania high school hockey ranks. Lindsay sends it down. Parody will play it for Daniel Luska. 1 minute remaining here in the second period. The Bearcats was just 2 shots on goal here in the second period. They spent the majority of this period on the penalty kill. As Clovis Gamelin feeds it to Fournier, lets it go for Noah Baderka. Steps up, fires into the glove of Logan Robitaille, who hangs on. 36.8 seconds left here in the second period. Clovis Gamelin takes the draw against Derek Johnson. Gamelin wins that cleanly. Luska to Fournier. Alex Fournier had it taken away, but pokes it away for Daniel Luska. Luska steps up, fires off the crossbar, and up in the netting and out of play. And Luska looking up to the heavens on that one as he ringed it off the crossbar. 24.3 seconds left here in period number 2. Shots 15-2 in the second period in favor of MJDP. Baderka able to keep the puck in, knocked away. Fournier able to keep it in. Picked up by Ty Cornett. Cornett wraps it around the board. 10 seconds left. Luska to Baderka. One last chance perhaps to Clovis Gamelin. Gamelin's got a goal today. Power play's over. Both teams back to full strength. And the horn sounds to end period number 2. Shots on goal in the second period. The Bearcats with 2. 2-period total of 9, while MJDP with 15 shots, 2-period total of 31. 2 goals in the first. Noah Baderka unassisted at 1:40 gave MJDP a 1-0 lead. 38 seconds left. Paulius Juzianis, his 3rd goal of the season from John Lejabokov. That came in the power play at 2:18 to give MJDP a 2-0 lead. Clovis Gamelin made it 3-0, 2:27 into the second period with his 9th of the season from Noah Baderka and Alex Fournier. And then 41 seconds later, Thomas LeBlanc, his 2nd of the season from Liam Smith and Mario Boscovich at 3:08 made it 4-0. Then back in the power play, Jarrett LeGros, his 3rd of the season from Ryan Jacobson and Paulius Juzianis at 5:43 to give MJDP a 5-0 lead. So get ready for the third period. The Metro Jets Development Program, MJDP, representing the USPHL Premier Midwest Division. Play their home games right here at Mount Clemens Ice Arena, located 30 minutes northeast of Motown, Detroit, in Mount Clemens, Michigan. They are the designated home team for this game, wearing the home blues with the white and red trim. They're skating right to left on your television screen, while the Bearcats Hockey Club, representing the USPHL Premier Great Lakes Division, play their home games at the Cornerstone Arena in Lockport, New York, located about 40 minutes northeast of Buffalo. They are the designated road team for this game, wearing the white uniforms, green shoulders, gray and black trim. They are skating left or right on your Black Bear TV dial. Whether it's your Android, your iPhone, your iPad, your laptop, your big screen TV, however and wherever you're watching us, where you're tuning in, even in the lobby here at MCIA, we can't thank you enough for being a part of the 2025 USPHL Detroit Showcase, live exclusively on Black Bear TV. My name is Matt Prier, the voice of the Metro Jets Hockey Club up high in the flight deck. The broadcast home here at MCIA, Tyler Naiman, as he's done for most of the weekend, manning the controls of the camera. And at the end of this game, you're going to hear from Mount Clemens Figure Skating Club on ice reporter Sarah Vassar, who will talk to your Troy Oral Surgery Player of the Game. And she's got to do that just 3 more times today. At the conclusion of this game, as well as at the conclusion of the final game on Rink 2, and then the final game overall, which is the next game on this rink, Chicago Crush Metro Jets USPHL Premier play will start approximately 15 minutes after the conclusion of this game. Looking at a roughly 3:30 starting time, estimate time. Schaefer to Liam Smith, who deflects it in. Elias Olsen will grab it. Knocked away from him by Thomas LeBlanc. LeBlanc over to Kobayashi with a shot and saved by Robitaille. Yuzianis grabs it. Over to Cameron Schaefer. Schaefer with a shot, saved by Robitaille. And he hangs on with 15:48 to go here in the third period. MJDP with a 5-0 lead. Two goals in the first, 3 in the second. Looking to even their record this weekend at the USPHL Detroit Showcase. They're 1-2 coming into this. An overtime victory on Friday against the Cincinnati Cyclones by a 2-1 count. A 3-0 loss on Saturday, the 22nd, to the Columbus Mavericks, followed by a 4-2 loss earlier this morning to the Red River Spartans. Has put them at 1-2 this weekend. And another penalty on the Bearcats. And it's on Jacob Johnson. A 2-minute minor for holding. A little bit of frustration setting in on the part of the Bearcats. And that'll put MJDP in their 6th power play. They're 2 for 5. The Bearcats weekend started on Saturday night, an 8-1 loss to the Red River Spartans before picking up only their 2nd victory of the season. Yesterday morning, a 5-3 victory over the Chicago Crush. And then in the nightcap, a thriller to say the least, before suffering a 5-4 loss. The Chicago T-Rex has put them 1-2 on the weekend. Their record coming into this game, 2 wins, 20 losses, 2 overtime losses for 6 points. They are trailing the Cincinnati Cyclones for a 7th spot in the Great Lakes Division by 5 points, though after this game, the Cyclones will have a game in hand. Shot there saved by Robitaille as John Legibokov stepped in to fire. MJDP, should they hang on to win this one, will climb to 11-9, 1-0, good for 23 points. One game in hand on the high-flying Fort Wayne Spacemen, who lead by 15 going into this game. Should MJDP hang on, it'll be 13 points. So MJDP back in the power play again. McLean to Rabone. Rabone wide open, fires off the right shoulder of Robitaille. Give Logan Robitaille credit. He hasn't allowed a goal yet since replacing starting goaltender Deegan Rathburn. Kind of a role reversal from Saturday night when Rathburn replaced Robitaille. Brackett couldn't get a handle on it. Ty Cornett not out, kept him by Mario Boscovich with a shot blocked. Rabone to McLean, and Robitaille makes the save. 14 minutes even remaining here in the third period. Metro Jets, Chicago Crush Metro Jets will wrap up the 2025 USPHL Detroit Showcase coming up next at the conclusion of this game. Got their Bracket. And here comes the Bearcats. That was Ty Cornett. And here comes Alex Fournier. Picked up by Alex Fournier. Still 28 seconds left. Now able to get a whole lot going on this power play. 6-1 of the game for MJDP. David King sends it in. Luska to Donald Pratt. Had it taken away from him by the 13 of Callum Krause. And Brandon Lindsay sends it to the neutral zone. Picked up by Donald Pratt. Pratt sidesteps one man. Fires just wide. And Jacob Johnson comes back out. So the Bearcats 4 for 6 in the penalty kill. As LeGros tried to stuff it through. Went through the goal mouth. Elias Olson off the boards. Picked up by Luska. Luska to LeGros. Knocked away by Lindsay, and he'll send it all the way down. Parity has to play it off the pad. Kankila almost got a shot off. Luska for Pratt. Knocked away from him. And a penalty coming. It's on Daniel Luska. 2-minute minor for elbowing. We'll put the Bearcats on the power play for just the second time today. They're 0 for 1. It's an opportunity for the Bearcats, who trail 5-0. .12:23 to go here in the third period. Bearcats win the draw. Ty Cornett almost had it taken away by Chris Kobayashi. Almost sent him on a shorthanded break. Johnson, Derek Johnson, leading scorer for the Bearcats. Over to Ty Cornett. Cornett with a shot, blocked there by Cameron Schaefer. Cornett grabs it. Backhands it for Johnson at the point. Almost knocked away by Kobayashi again. Elias Olson sends it for Johnson behind the net. Johnson trying to get around Zuzianis. Olson pressured by Schaefer. Zuzianis with Schaefer as they try to corral it along the boards. Johnson is there. Zuzianis sends it down, all the way down in the Bearcat zone. Robitaille will play it. for Ty Cornett, the 20-year-old from nearby Dearborn, Michigan. Up to Dunn. Nathan Dunn will bring it in. Slows the pace down, misfired. Now Liam Smith to grab it. Smith sidesteps the check there by Caleb Bauer and feeds it up to Ryan Jacobson. Jacobson's got some room with a shot. Save. Rebound comes out. Puck is loose. And a little bit of extracurriculars afterwards. And that will most certainly end the power play for the Bearcats, who remain undisciplined, trailing 5-0. No malicious intent there whatsoever. So we'll get the penalties here. So extra penalty coming to the Bearcats, as the original penalties were on Liam Smith for MJDP. Extra 2 going on the board for the Bearcats. As Captain Landon Shirley asking for an explanation from referee Trevor Evans. Actually had a couple penalties on the Bearcat side. So result of that is MJDP goes back in the power play. So Caleb Bauer, 2-minute minor for cross-checking. Nathan Dunn, 2-minute minor for cross-checking. So 2 penalties on the Bearcats, none on MJDP. So what was a Bearcat power play has now turned into an MJDP power play.
He wants to know why it's right here instead of over there.
Good point, Tyler. Yeah, the faceoff should be deep in the Bearcat zone. We'll play on nevertheless. So in 37 seconds, MJDP will have a 2-man advantage. Thanks to Nathan Dunn and Caleb Bauer, a pair of 2-minute minors for cross-checking. Smith to Boscovich, back to Smith. So as soon as Daniel Luska comes out of the penalty box, it'll be a 2-man advantage. It's a 4-on-3 situation for the next 15 seconds. Legibokov to Jacobson. Jacobson with his shot was blocked. Picked up by Liam Smith. Smith pressured on the puck there by Jacob Johnson. And the puck sent down into the MJDP zone. Arnold Parody will play it. And Luska on the ice. And now MJDP for 1:15 will enjoy a 2-man advantage, leading 5-0. Boscovich to Gamelin. Gamelin over to Fournier with a shot. Save made. Rebound or save by Robitaille. Badurka sidesteps Derek Johnson. Has a little bit of room. Trying to feed it to Gamelin. Boscovich grabs it. He'll slow things down for Fournier. Fournier back to Boscovich. Lots of room. Fires off the blocker of Robitaille. And Kinkila will send it down into the MJDP zone. Here comes Badurka right back. He opened the scoring in this game. Feeds up to Fournier. He's got lots of room. Fires off the skate of Ty Cornett. Back to Schaefer. Back to Fournier. Fournier blocked there again by Cornett. Kept in by Schaefer. Schaefer to Fournier again. 15 seconds left in the 2-man advantage. Bearcat brings it in, trying to stuff it home. Couldn't do it. Cornette grabs it. Checking the boards there by Gamelin. Picked up there by Fournier. Fournier with a shot. Save made. As Cornette and Gamelin, now Cornette has attacked Gamelin. And Bearcat comes in to bail out his teammate. My goodness. Now Caleb Bauer throwing punches at Noah Bearcat. And the undisciplined continues from the Bearcats as Gamelin and Cornette were intertwined. And Cornette just absolutely attacked Clovis Gamelin. And Cornette, again, will be kicked out, which he has been several times this season. Not sure if Bearcat even threw a punch. He took a few haymakers. We'll figure this out. So we're gonna, when this is all sorted out, it's very possible that you're gonna see a pair of 5-minute majors on the Bearcat side. And it's just, we have love and respect for General Manager, Head Coach Carter Bednarz of the Bearcats. But the undisciplined actions of Ty Cornette is, at some point, has got to be addressed. We'll figure it out. Who gets what? We know Ty Cornette's gone again. Noah Bearcat's in the box. Clovis Gamelin's in the box. And it all started with Gamelin and Cornette were tied up in front of the Bearcats bench. They got loose, and then Cornette just absolutely attacked Clovis Gamelin. Absolutely attacked him. And started throwing haymakers. Noah Bearcat was involved. Who tried to step in just to basically, because Cornette had attacked Gamelin, Bearcat jumped in to get Cornette off of Gamelin. And I believe it was Caleb Bauer who stepped in, who's just coming off a suspension for fighting.
Really?
Stepped in on Bearcat and started throwing haymakers. And if this goes the way we think this is going to go, there's going to be a pair of 5-minute majors on the Bearcat side. Just complete undisciplined hockey by the Bearcats. And again, we love Carter Bednarz, General Manager, Head Coach of the Bearcats, but he has to address the total, complete lack of discipline by his Ty Cornette. He has to address it. Just complete lack of discipline. Well, Bearcat's going to get a penalty for what amounts to a third man in.
No, they both should be out, right? Down here.
There's one 5-minute major on the board on the Bearcat side. So Bearcat's jumping in on the Gamelin Cornette situation may negate one of the 5-minute majors. There's a 2 on the board now on the Jet side. We knew there was going to be at least one 5-minute major on the Bearcat side, as Chris Kobayashi and Landon Shirley get the explanations. So we're getting her all straightened out. 8:48 to go. It has been a wild final day here at the 2025 USPHL Detroit Showcase. 5-0 to score. All right, here we go. So here are the Bearcat penalties. Ty Cornett, 5-minute major for fighting in a game disqualification. Caleb Bauer, 5-minute face mask, game disqualification. That's it so far. They're still being put up on the board. And Bauer got extremely lucky with just a 5-minute removal of a face mask because he threw several haymakers at Noah Baderka. Baderka's going to get, 5-minute major, game misconduct. That would be for third man in. Because when Cornett attacked Clovis Gamelin, Baderka jumped in. So technically that's third man in. And the 2 has come off the board. There is no other 2. So Baderka and Bauer offset. So the extra 5 is Ty Cornett. So we'll read those to you again. A wild final day here at the 2025 USPHL Detroit Showcase. So here we go. Bearcats Hockey Club, Caleb Bauer, 5-minute face mask, removal of the helmet, game disqualification. Ty Cornett, 5-minute major for fighting, game disqualification. Okay, more penalties. Derek Johnson, 2-minute minor for slashing. For MJDP, Noah Baderka, 5-minute major for fighting, game misconduct. We'll explain the difference between a game misconduct and a game disqualification here in a minute. Clovis Gamelin, 2-minute minor for roughing. And that's it. So, and Mike Sutt is standing next to me. He can help me with this. A game disqualification is an automatic suspension. Especially under 10 minutes left in the third. A game misconduct is just that, a game misconduct. So they get the next game, but a game disqualification is a minimum of 2 games. And in the case of Ty Cornett, he is a repeat offender. There's a very good chance you may not see Cornett, if at all, until the month of January. Because he is this is at least his 3rd game disqualification. Okay, thank you, Mike. All that resulting in a 5-minute major power play for MJDP. LeGros shot, save made. Donald Pratt with the puck. So got that all that situated. Picked up by Ledjabokov. Donald Pratt gave him a voice arrest there a little bit. I didn't have to, wasn't in game mode there for a second. Just normal talk. Yezuzianis over to LeGros. Yezuzianis will go back after. He's got a power play goal today, as well as 1 assist. Donald Pratt for Daniel Luska. Luska with a shot, goes wide. Yezuzianis keeps it in for Jarrett LeGros. Over to Ryan Jacobson. Jacobson. Pressured there by the 24. Oh, Brandon Lindsay. Rabone turnaround tried to fire. LeGros with a shot goes wide. But back to Fournier with a shot. Doesn't get all the way through. And puck deflected all the way down into the MJDP zone. Arno Party has only seen 10 shots today, while MJDP has now fired 41 shots at the Bearcat net. Luska brings it in. Save made by Robitaille. Give Logan Robitaille credit. He has not allowed a goal since replacing starting goaltender Deegan Rathburn. He has made 21 saves on 21 shots. So give Logan Robitaille a lot of credit. Rathburn faced 20 shots, made 15 saves. Still 2:33 to go. Here in the major penalty to the Bearcats. Party to Boscovich. Mario Boscovich to Chris Kobayashi. He'll bring it in. Still over 2 minutes left in the power play. Shot off the shoulder and out of play. 5:58 to go. A little bit of everything, literally everything, has happened today here at the final day of the 2025 USPHL Detroit Showcase. Kobayashi with a shot, saved by Robitaille. We unfortunately had an injury in the last game. We've had to partially evacuate the building earlier today. Both those situations are corrected. We had a couple fights today now. We had a 0-0 score at the end of regulation over on Rink 2 that went to overtime. We've had a shootout today. 3 of the games have gone to overtime today, and Thomas LeBlanc just scored his second of the game. Thomas LeBlanc, the 17-year-old from St. Heinz, Quebec, Canada. Second of the game. Third of the season. It's 6-0, and that's on the power play. And again, with a major penalty, that penalty does not come off the board because it's a major penalty. So the MJDP will stay in the power play. Picked up by, and then scored again, John Ledebokov with a goal. It's 7-0. Another power play goal. We'll get you caught up on both goals. John Ledebokov puts it home. The 19-year-old from Macomb, Michigan. His first goal of his USPHL Premier side of things. As Ledebokov scored 2 goals last year on the elite side. That's his first career Premier goal for John Ledebokov. We'll catch you up on both goals. Tomas LeBlanc is second of the game, third of the season from Liam Smith and Mario Boscovich at 11:29. Then 17 seconds later, John Lejabokov, his first from Jarrett LeGros at 11:46. Gives MJDP the 7-0 lead. Here comes Alex Fournier. Still 30 seconds left in the power play. Back over to Pratt. Backhand shot. Save made by Robitaille. Derek Johnson not out. Kept in by Luska. Still 10 seconds left in the power play. But the damage has been done. 2 goals. Scored on that 5-minute major. Donald Pratt brings it in. Sends it over to McLean, who sends it over the top of the net. Picked up by Luska. Kept out by Fournier. Had to bring it back out. Fournier sends it in. 3:35 to go. 7-0. MJDP will finish the weekend 2-2. Here at the USPHL Detroit Showcase, their record will climb to 11-9-1-0. Good for 23 points, snapping a 2-game losing streak. They'll have 23 points with a game in hand on the Fort Wayne Spacemen, who lead with 36 points with an 18-4 record. The Bearcats Hockey Club will finish the weekend 1-3. They'll fall to 2-21-2, good for 6 points, mired in the cellar in the USPHL Premier Great Lakes Division. .318 to go. MJDP up by a touchdown, 7-0. Haley's buying us dinner? Oh. Shot there off the shoulder. It's John Lejabokov picking up his first career premier goal. Luska to Liam Smith. Had it knocked away. Estep. Christian Estep sends it over. The 18-year-old from Westerville, Ohio, as Parody makes a save. Arnold Parody has not seen a whole lot of shots today, but he's done his job keeping the puck out from behind him. He's only faced a single shot this period. Well, we said it's been a crazy day here. We should be in the middle of the last game of the showcase right now, but a whole lot of stuff has happened today. Nathan Dunn brings it out. Comes back to Olsen. Olsen with a shot was deflected wide. Picked up by Boscovich. Mario Boscovich. He's had himself a good day. 2 assists today for Boscovich. So 2:04 to go here in the third period. Thank you. Oh, face off deep in the MJDP zone. And a penalty on MJDP. A bench minor. Too many men on the ice. We told you everything's happened today. That's about the only thing we were missing today was a bench minor for too many men. Well, that's happened now. Comes around Yazuzianis. Paulius Yazuzianis over to Donald Pratt. as MJDP. like Donald Pratt was trying to fire that up here. 1:30 to go and counting. Again, MJDP will finish 2-2. They'll take the Thanksgiving weekend off. Their next games will be right back here at Mount Clemens Ice Arena, Thursday and Friday, December 4th and 5th. 2 dates with the Chicago Crush. Both 2:30 face-offs with the Troy Oral Surgery pregame show starting at 2 o'clock both days. Those games will be preceded by the Metro Jets Elite, Chicago Crush Elite. That is both on Thursday and Friday, December 4th and 5th. The Bearcats Hockey Club, they have some soul searching to do before their next game. December 6th and 7th, home games at Cornerstone Arena against the Columbus Mavericks. That is on December 6th and the 7th. Just about to wrap this one up with 1 game to go. Also next door, Red River Spartans against the Fresh Coast Freeze. And the Spartans lead 1-0, 15 minutes to go in the second. Next door. A battle between a pair of 3-0 teams this weekend, the USPHL Detroit Showcase. But MJDP is going to finish 2-2. Luska shorthanded. Bouncing puck behind the net. Picked up by Alex Fournier. Had it knocked away, Brandon Lindsay grabs it. Lindsay will backhand it in. Time winding down, and that's gonna do it. Final score, Metro Jets Development Program 7, Bearcats Hockey Club 0. Shots on goal in the third period. Bearcats with 4, game total of 13. MJDP with 14, game total of 45. As 16-year-old Arnold Parody picks up his first career shutout of his junior hockey career. So congratulations. As for your Troy Oral Surgery Player of the Game, 2 goals today for MJDP. The 92 of Thomas LeBlanc is your Troy Oral Surgery Player of the Game. For those that listen to Metro Jet Hockey Club broadcast, have a soft spot for goaltenders, but a career game for Thomas LeBlanc today. 2 goals for the young man, 17 years old, out of St. Heinz, Quebec, Canada. 1 goal coming on the power play. Noah Baderka, ironically, with the game-winning goal. As Mount Clemens Figure Skating Club on-ice reporter Sarah Vassar awaits our Troy Oral Surgery Player of the Game, which is Thomas LeBlanc. And there he is. Now he just realized he is your Troy Oral Surgery Player of the Game. And he is standing by. We're pretty sure with Sarah Vassar this is his first career interview, so go easy on him, on the young man. Go ahead, Sarah.
Thanks, Matt. So, Thomas, you are our Troy Oral Surgery Player of the Game. You had 2 goals this game. How did you make those happen?
Yeah, that's because of the team. Great work today and put puck in the net, and it worked.
So what do you think that your team did well throughout this showcase weekend?
Yeah, we play well all the weekend, and we finished the weekend 2-2, so yeah, great work.
All right, well, great job. Back up to you, Matt.
Sarah, thank you so much. We're almost done. 1 more game to go in Rink 2. 1 more game to go here in the primary Jets rink. We see the finish line. The white flag is out. That is for sure. Once again, final score, Metro Jets Development Program 7, Bearcats Hockey Club 0. Coming up next, final game of the showcase. It's the Chicago Crush, Metro Jets, USPHL Premier. You're watching the 2025 USPHL Detroit Showcase live exclusively on Black Bear TV. Ladies and gentlemen, for the final time, the 2025 United States Premier Hockey League Detroit Showcase, we welcome you to Mount Clemens Ice Arena. We're located approximately 30 minutes northeast of Motown, Detroit, in Mount Clemens, Michigan. The final game of the showcase before the Thanksgiving break. This matchup in USPHL Premier Play and features the Chicago Crush, who will face off against the Metro Jets. My name is Matt Preer, the voice of the Metro Jets Hockey Club. A special guest color analyst will be joining us here throughout the course of this game. Metro Jets elite defenseman Scott Jua going to join us on the broadcast. Scott, appreciate your time, my friend. Welcome to the flight deck.
Thank you, Matt. The pleasure's mine.
Oh, we got to turn you on. There we go.
Thank you, Matt. The pleasure's
Uh-oh.
mine.
Oh, we got... Oh, there we go. Yeah, we'll get it fixed. I got to hear you. I got to be able to hear you first. We'll get her all situated here in just a second. Let's see here. We'll get you dialed in, Scott. Don't worry. So we get set to go here as the Chicago Crush and the Metro Jets. Ironically enough, the Crush, regular Midwest Division foes of the Metro Jets development program. So MJDP has seen the Chicago Crush already several times this season. However, this is the first ever meeting between the Metro Jets and the Chicago Crush. So now I think we should be able to hear you there, Mr. Scott Jua. We'll bring you in. Let's try it one more time there, bud. All right. We're go. Oh, there we go. Try it one more time.
Hello.
Yep, try it.
Hello. 1, 2, 3.